Pitbull Cruz stops Rolly in an exciting fight. Let's chop it up.
Push the weight and now flex. Alive is more than the six. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon. Motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. And this was fun. This is fun. Pitbull Cruz stops Rolly. Let me say this, man. And I've said this on my live streams. I sent this on videos. I love Isaac Cruz's story, man. This kid, you want to talk about rags to riches. But here's the thing. Everything that he has been earned. He got an opportunity against Tank, and he fought his ass off. And the kid is hungry, and he fights like he's hungry. He is all mother effing business. And I respect his heart. I respect it, man. I respect it. And tonight was his night. Let's talk about his night. Let's talk about his night, okay? Leading up to this fight, you know, Rolando Romero is a showman that he is. You know, Rolly's a strong dude. You know, he's a young kid. He's strong. He's entertaining. He's exciting. You know, he can sell a fight. He was a belt holder until tonight. The WBA has switched hands, and Isaac said, "Not on my watch." From the first round, this young man was throwing heat. He was not effing around. And he caught Rolly midway through the first round, and Rolly's legs were gone. I don't know how he didn't drop. Salute to Rolly, man. The kid is tough. He was in shape. Rolly he's not a clown. He don't just mess around or whatever. He was very vascular. He was prepared for this fight. I said, well, I never gave my prediction for the fight, but you know, when I talked amongst my peers, I said, what Rolly's gonna have to do, he's not gonna want to slug with this guy because Rolly's also strong in his own right. But he's a bigger guy. He needs to box, because I've seen Pitbull get outboxed but get the nod. When he fought on the Errol Spence Bud Crawford undercard, I was in attendance at the T-Mobile. I forget the name of the young man that he fought, but that was a guy trained by Freddie Roach. I thought he outboxed him. I thought Isaac got outboxed, and I said, you know. But that's not Rolly's style. It's really not. And you saw moments where Rolly was doing enough to keep Isaac somewhat honest, but he was stalked the whole damn fight, and Rolly could not get away from him, and it was only a matter of time. Now, at first, I said, you know, he let Rolly off the hook. I wasn't sure whether he let him off the hook or was it Rolly's professionalism that kept him in the fight. And I said, you know, if Isaac doesn't get him out of there by round 3. The longer this goes on, if Rolly gets his legs back and gets a little confident, he can cause Isaac some problems. He might have to put Isaac in a position where he have to show another gear, but that never happened. In fact, when I unmuted the TV and I wanted to hear, because it was getting ugly in there, I wanted to hear what Rolly's corner was telling him, and I was hearing not the corner itself, but the people that talked to the corner. They said that the key was Isaac was going to slow down after round 8, and where Rolly would just turn it on and take the fight over. Well, round 8 comes, and well, actually, round 7, Rolly starts getting battered around the ring again. And I'm going to tell you something. The referee was very, very generous. The referee was very generous. Could have stopped it at the end of 7. Round 8, same thing happened. And, you know, once your head starts going back and forth and wobbling like a jack in the box, it's time to step in and save the fighter from himself. Because Rolly's a tough kid. You know, I'm not talking bad about him. We're just talking about what happened. I had no horse in this race. Sidebar, something else I saw in this fight. Did y'all notice that Rolly kept doing something with his gloves? You know, he kept like pushing his gloves like back on. He was doing something with his gloves. After every exchange, he would take a step back and he would do it seemed like his gloves weren't right or he wasn't comfortable with his gloves. If you haven't seen it, just go back and watch the fight. He did it after every exchange. It was kind of strange. I'm not insinuating anything, but I see things like that. I just want to know, what was that about? Was I don't know. Did he feel comfortable in the gloves? Or sometimes you'll have the hand wraps on, you put the gloves on. It's like, man, why the inside of his gloves feel so crazy? I can't make a fist, or, you know, I don't know. I'm just curious. It's something I saw. I'm not making a big deal out of it, because Isak was on him like a cheap suit, man. And my gosh, Isak was not playing games. Salute to Isak Cruz. He is now the new WBA champion. Just like that, y'all. Things have changed. Just like that. And he called out everybody. He called out Devin. He called out Teofimo. He called out Subriel Matias. He called everybody out. And that's what he's supposed to do. He's an exciting fighter. You know, I've seen him get outboxed, but he won't make it exciting because he's coming to fight. He's coming to fight. He's no nonsense. He's not playing no games, and so far he's not ducking no smoke. You know, so let's see what's doing with him. This was another great fight, man. This was another great fight. And just a quick question. So he's now, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not his first fight at 140? I think it is, right? If I'm wrong, let me know. This is his first fight at 140. So in the event, oh, I'm sorry, he did call out Tank Davis at the end of the fight. He mentioned his name. So question. He calls out Tank Davis. Now that fight makes a little more sense. Before, I wasn't really interested in seeing it because, I mean, what was involved with that? Nothing. But now there's a belt involved. So now it makes a little more sense. So here's my question to the Tank fans. This is Isak's first fight at 140, just like Devin. And with his first fight, he wins a belt, just like Devin. So he done called out Tank. And y'all, some of y'all was wanting the Isak Cruz rematch. So if he entertains that fight, are y'all going to be crying about weight? Uh-oh. Because y'all do know that Isak Cruz is champion at 140 now, right? Y'all still want that rematch? Bronx on deck.